Hi, everybody. Welcome into my live stream. My name is Sarah. I am the content creator behind this Amazon storefront. Welcome into another episode of Daily Spotlights. This week has been pretty good. So far, so good. I am ready to talk about some stuff with you. How did you guys fare on the spring sale? Let me know if you guys made out with anything really good or what you shopped for. I heard the deals were pretty good. I tried to sparingly do outdoor stuff because of the season and it being like so beautiful outside, I was like, you know what, let me just go ahead, and I did share a couple of spring outdoorsy finds with you guys. But we are back to regular programming with our daily spotlights. I have a carousel down below for you guys that you can check out if you are on my Amazon storefront and watching this off of Amazon Live. We are also streaming on other platforms as well. We are streaming on IG, TikTok, and also on YouTube. So if you hear me say anything out of turn, it's probably because I'm talking to many of you guys. So just like if I look somewhere or like I say something, you're like, oh, what the heck is she talking about? It's just because there's so many of you guys on here. In the carousel down below, I have some home textiles if you're doing or looking to do any kind of spring cleaning. I have some stuff that we are putting inside of our camper. We are fastly approaching traveling season. If you haven't already started traveling, I know that that's going to be coming up super soon as well with the summer season right around the corner. I even have some stuff for, I think I have some like school stuff, not back to school stuff, but like graduation season. Let me scroll through here. Some electronics, some gardening things, some self-care. I have some phone accessories, like travel accessories. I think I'm just gonna like kind of go through on the list. Usually I'm on here usually about an hour and a half, give or take. But if you have any questions, you know where to hit me up in the comment section. If I don't see it right away, just give me a second, and I'll either try to have my moderator type it out for you or I will just respond to you on here. But I digress. Let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I have for you guys is going to be the Surblue Bedside Caddy. This one is one of my favorites. I thoroughly enjoy this one. We've had this one for quite some time. This one is, I think, going on like 3 years old. And I ended up using this one so much in my live streams that I actually ended up getting my husband another one of these for his side of the bed because he was using this one and I was like, look, it's caught traction. I've got to share it. So that's what I ended up doing. And we ended up getting him a navy blue one instead of a light gray one. When we originally got this, we had just had my last baby, which was again 3 years ago. And we had this on his bedside crib. And we had it filled with like all kinds of like diapers, wipes, bottles, extra passies, extra clothes, all the things to kind of get you through like that nighttime with baby. And then obviously we transitioned out of that. And I ended up putting my bedside table back on my side, but my husband didn't have any just for lack of room. So I was like, why don't you use this? So he was using this and he is a blue collar. So he brings home a lot of things that he probably should not be bringing home. He also works in construction. So his stuff that he has in his pockets, he's emptying them out. He's putting them in here so that he has them for the next day. There's times where he comes home with like screwdrivers and all kinds of crazy stuff, wallet, phone charger, pads, pamphlets, business cards, you name it. He is packing this thing full of it. This is the large version. So you can see there is a lot of different storage options here as far as pockets and pocket sizes. There's meshing. There's the big pockets for your booklets. There's smaller pockets here. There's even some smaller pockets here. There's a little mesh on the side. The way that this works is you actually are going to like kind of loop it around the bed frame, and it has that Velcro strap, which is long. So it's kind of like a universal one size fits all. They do have a smaller version, but what I will say about the smaller version is that it's not really that big of a price difference. And the small version is probably about half this size. So if you were to fold this in half, that's the small version. And the difference is maybe $1. So this one's about $14.99 and the small version is $13.99. So I'm just kind of throwing that out there just from personal experience. Just go with the large. If you use it, use it. If you don't, you don't. This could also be used for other things as well. So camping, camper, just throwing that out there. we have bunk beds in our camper. So the top bunk, I have one of these on there as well, which is, I actually did end up getting the smaller version for that one because it's my daughter and she likes to collect snack wrappers. So I don't know what it is with her. She's on the top bunk. So she has that one. They have tons of different colors, patterns, anything that you can kind of think of to kind of fit your aesthetic. If you're going for like a specific look, they probably have it. They've got your plain boring colors like this gray. They've got your bold colors like your pinks and purples and blues and yellows. And then they have patterns as well. I think they have camel print. They've got some floral stuff for you guys as well. They've got all kinds of things that you can check out. Again, this one is a pretty price point is under the $20 mark, which is always a good price point in my opinion. Anything under $20 and something you're going to use repeatedly is always so good. And then on top of that, like I said, the longevity of using something like this is always so good. You could take it along with you if you're traveling, camping, camper. You could leave it in your camper and you know that it's going to last for a long, long time. Next thing on my home textile list here is the Hand Sleep mattress topper. I will forever continue to share this thing because it is such a top seller for me. One thing that I am glad that I ended up doing is I actually ended up getting one for our camper, because if you know anything about campers, especially with ones that are used, the beds in those things are notorious for being extremely uncomfortable. And finding a replacement mattress for a camper bed can be slightly disorienting. Like, I am just saying, it's very hard. And it's a custom sizing, so they tend to be a little bit more expensive. So what we ended up doing instead is we actually ended up just getting this type of topper on it. But when we originally got it, I didn't really understand the hype until my daughter started asking for it specifically. And I was like, I don't really understand it. One day she was like, just take a nap in it, you know? And I was like, okay, I'll do it. Anyway, that's all she wrote. I got one for my king bed. I got another one for the camper. I got one for my son's big boy bed because he just transitioned from a crib to a larger bed. And I think I'm going to end up just going and buying additional one for the camper, because we're taking the one that she currently has in the video I'm about to show you from inside the house to outside to the camper, and switching it and back and forth. It's just one less thing I want to think about. And they're so good. I know the price point. It's under $50, which is unheard of when it comes to this type of mattress topper. It's so good. Let me be quiet. I'm going to play the video for you guys. I, of course, didn't share my screen. That's on me. Hold on one second. Here we go. Make myself smaller. All right, let's do a redo. Today I want to talk about the Hand Sleep mattress cover. This thing is made of bamboo fibers, or what people like to call visos, which makes it ultra soft. If you can see the little green tint inside, that's actually a cooling gel layer, which makes it cool to the touch. You can see here that it's thin and discreet, nothing too bulky on the top of your bed. It has a very thick, deep pocket. I think it goes up to 16 inches. I wish that y'all could feel this through the video, but it is so, so soft and so cooling. Everywhere I touch, it's the same type of coolness. So I can only imagine how great it is sleeping. If you're looking for a mattress topper that is cooling, soft, and not too big and bulky, this is definitely the one to snag. So as you can see, there's a lot of things kind of working in unison with this type of topper. One, it has the visos, or is it viscose? I always mispronounce that word. And that's the bamboo material that it's actually using. Bamboo on its own is just breathable regardless. I have bamboo sheet set that I absolutely love from Bedsure, and I honestly cannot say enough good things about it. It's just a cozy type of material. It's like a cross between cotton and like satin and silk. So if you like that type of texture and that type of like moisture wicking type of material, that actually is built into this as well. It also it has that cooling gel layer in it, and it also has the memory foam. So not only is it going to keep you cool, but it's also going to wrap you up like a little hug, like a big hug. And it's going to be so super soft and comfy. I've completely sold on it. And they've actually kind of added to the product. So when I originally started sharing this, they only had the white, and they had all the sizes, and then they added in the Twin XL, which is the one that you see in the video there, and then the Short Queen is the one we actually have in our camper, because like I said, camper beds tend to have the specialized sizing as far as mattresses are concerned, but they've also added in some colors. So they have gray, they have navy, and they also have a charcoal gray color for you guys. So if you didn't want to go with the white coloring, that's totally okay. You can go with a different color as well. If you're a Prime member, these go for around the $35 mark for queen size. Obviously, if you go smaller, it's going to be a little less expensive. And if you go larger, it is going to be a little bit more expensive, but not that big of a difference. I will say those specialty sizes like the Twin XL and the Short Queen tend to be a little bit more expensive because they are just that much of a specialty size. But overall, I don't think you're going to go bad. And I don't think you're going to go wrong with this if you do end up getting this for yourself. But what I will say is we've had ours for a while at this point, and washing and drying it is super easy. The quality has remained the same, even though we sleep on it every single night. And I can't, like I said, I could go on and on and on and keep repeating myself. I won't do that, but it's such a good one. And the price point is chef's kiss. It is so good. Another really great option when it comes to home textiles is a sheet set. This first one, or this is the only one. Yeah, the only one that I have in here today is the linen sheet set by Betcher. I talked to you guys about Betcher before as well, and it's just another really great. It's such a toss-up for me when it comes to this sheet set in general, because it's so hard to choose between this one and the bamboo one. Normally, those are the two that I'm kind of switching back and forth from. I usually in the warmer months, I'm going for the bamboo because it's that moisture wicking, it's cooling, so on and so forth. But in the colder months, I'm usually sticking with my linen sheet set. One, it washes awesome. Two, this feel of it is so good. It is a linen cotton blend. It's not a full linen. So if you're thinking it's going to be like linen, it's going to be like that scratchy material. It's not. It's a linen blend. It's the cotton and linen. I don't know what the percentage of each is. I thought, what did I find the other day? I think I just saw that it was just a mixture of the both. They do come in just a couple of different colors, and it looks like they're restocked in most of them. The only thing that's not available in, I'll just do a queen just for, I think everything's available in the queen. Twin has limited color options, and I think the king has limited color options as well, if I'm not mistaken. Let me pull the video up for you. The video isn't the most, like, it's just a sheet set. How else do I say it? But I do want you guys to see what it looks like. So I'll be quiet for just a second and let y'all see. It's upgrade time. We are changing up our sheets. Today we're going with the Betcher. This is the linen set. I'm super excited. I love a good white linen set. And an up close video of the texture. You get a fitted sheet, 2 pillow shams, and you get a top sheet as well. And it is all done and put on the bed, and we are ready for a good night's sleep. So it's not really much to see on the video. What I will say is these are pretty easy to clean. And this is personal experience. So here's the story behind the linen. I'm a self-tanner girly. I put self-tanner on. Not so much in the winter time, but it was getting a little bit warmer here the last few weeks. It's gotten cold again for whatever reason. I don't know. I just can't figure out what it wants to do. However, I usually sleep with my self-tan on, and I am pretty notorious for screwing up our sheet sets. Like, it is what it is. I found a tanner that I love that doesn't transfer as much, but there are times when, like, I just have, like, that hot flash at night, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and, like, my tanner is just, like dripping off of me. And yeah, you're probably like, this girl, you should have learned your lesson the first time. I know, but, like, the easiest way for me to get my tanner to set in is just to sleep with it on, which, okay, yeah, probably not the smartest idea, but it is what it is. And that is what I did with this. And I've washed it, and it literally completely came out. So do with that info what you will. But if you're looking for a good sheet set, something that's going to be durable, going to be very easy to take care of as far as washing and drying. If you're looking for something that is going to be durable, so it's going to last you, a long time over and over again. You'll find that that's a kind of a theme in my live streams. I really like a lot of practicality, especially right now when it comes to purchasing, because economically. It's just gotten really, really crazy as of lately, if you know what I mean. So I want something that's going to last a really long time for you guys, but I want it to be quality too. I don't want you to have like tattered bed sheets and feel like, oh my gosh, I've got to like not have tattered. I got to like just stick it out. You know what I mean? No, you don't have to do that. If you are a Prime member, I believe that the sheet sets range from 70 to 115. So it is a little bit more expensive. As far as quality is concerned, 100%. I think these are more than worth it. Just remember that this is a sheet set. There's no comforter, which is fine with me because I tend to want to see my comforter. So I usually purchase those in store. But Betcher overall pretty much has filled up my entire house. I don't have anything but Betcher. Like at this point, I have all of their like throw blankets. I have all of their blankies. I have there's some stuff over here that I have from Betcher that it's in our like little living room area in this office space. What else do I have of Betcher? I have their like cover up hoodies. I have so much stuff from Betcher. It's absolutely great. Like their blanket hoodies that they have. I freaking love those things. And I have like 3 of them. I have like a really long one that goes all the way to the floor. And then I have the shorter version. My daughter has the glow in the dark version, ones of them. So anyway, I'm a fan of Betcher if you have not, if you haven't figured that out already. Here we are. And yeah, anyway, if you're looking for a good sheet set, between this one and the bamboo one, it's a toss-up, but I always like to share this one because it's such good quality. Okay, let's shift gears just a little bit. I'm going to make me a little bit bigger to talk about this. The first thing I have, I actually just put back in my camper, so I may have to show you another B-roll video. But there's 2 different versions. One of them was sold out last week, and I wanted to double check to make sure that it was still in stock. It is still in stock. Okay, so this one is the alkaline. This is the Water Drop Alkaline Water Pitcher. I have this one, and then I also have the Dial and the Smart Indicator one. So I've got 3 at this point. The alkaline one we really used, we like to use in our camper. We use the newest one that we have, which is the Dial option. That one we actually have in our home currently. I just filled it up and just put it in our fridge. I'm like seeing myself do it, but it's so easy. If you're looking for a good water filtration system, this one is healthy, clean, it's toxin free. And you can choose between the alkaline version and the regular version. Now, the alkaline version, just make sure that your water is up to a pH of 9.5, if I'm not mistaken. So if you like a little bit more of an alkaline water, that's probably going to be the better bet for you. And this one is around the $20 mark. I don't think that's a bad option. I do know, though, that they are coming out with a slim like water dispenser, which I thought was really cool. I don't know. We'll see if we get it. We'll see. I think the filters need to be changed out every 3 months, and they have like a little indicator light that lets you know when you need to switch it out. Now, the other one is the Dial one, and that's the one that I typically use the most. This one, it's the every 3 months, the filter needs to be changed out as well. And then also, it is still that, it's the carbon. I want to make sure I say this right. So this is that's the alkaline one. And then this one is the activated carbon fiber only. Okay, yeah, this is the one. And of course, it gets rid of all of like your PFOAs. It gets rid of all of your, what is it? Your PFOAs, it gets rid of your chlorine, fluoride. It gets rid of your invisible things like your like minerals in your water. I don't know how else to say it. Like your what are things that calcium, magnesium. So if you're just like wanting odors, iron, stuff like that. If you're just wanting good, fresh, cleaning, tasting water, this is the one to get. And it's not an arm and a leg. This one's actually around the $14 mark, which I don't think is bad at all. Let me pop the video.
Refill my water drop with me.
This is an easy video.
This is the perfect water filtration system that is super easy to use. Soak your filter for about 10 minutes first, then fill it up with water.
The dial is there to tell you when you need to replace the filter. Since we're in November, we replace in February. And then you allow Gravity to do its magic. If you're looking for an easy way to get clean water, check this out on my Amazon storefront. So as you can see, you fill it up, let Gravity take its toll, and it just kind of goes through that filter system, and then there is nothing else you need to do. Super easy to have clean water. I've got, like I said, 3 of these at this point. One I have as a backup, which I originally got, which is a baby pink one, and then I have the blue one, which is the dial, which is the newest one that I have. This is the newest one, and then I have the alkaline one. I just actually got that on sale. I don't know, it wasn't spring sale. It was like earlier this year, because I wanted to try it out, and it does what it says. It does what it says, and it's very inexpensive. I feel like for water pitchers, like especially in that type of capacity, I feel like some of them can get really, really expensive. I think everything's really, really expensive right now. So with that being said, I feel like this is such a good find, especially going into like the warmer months where you may have to take like a water pitcher outside, or if you are traveling in a camper and you just want like to make sure you have good, fresh tasting water because you're hooking up to water, you don't know what it came from, might not be filtered. That's something like this just kind of gives you that little bit of peace of mind. Okay, another kitchen / smart item is by Govee, and we're going to start getting into Govee Life products as well. This one is the Govee Smart Electric Kettle. I actually have it in here, and I'm going to show you what it looks like because it is fairy tale-esque. I don't know how else to describe that. It is the coolest looking thing ever. And I'm going to show you on my app how easy it is to use. I wish I had water in here to show you guys. I might have to show you the box, but I want to at least show you what this looks like. So this is the kettle itself. You can see on the very bottom here that it has a couple of different modes. It has the DIY, the green, the oolong coffee, and then just your boil or your black tea. You do have an option for DIY. What that means is you're probably going to want to utilize the app more than anything when it comes to that setting. So if you have like a type of tea that needs to be at a specific temperature, then that would be your DIY. You could do a warm hold, which means you can hold it on the, like if you did like a boil and you wanted to keep it warm, you could do it in that capacity. And then you also have your on and off button. Now, this unit has its own burner, and then you set it on the burner here at the bottom. But this is completely stainless steel. It's going to last you a really, really long time, even if you have hard water, because look, I have hard water, as you can see, and it's still in really, really good condition. So I do use this quite often. This is steamy as well. So the entire thing is stainless steel except for the handle itself. So if you ever need to like make more, you want to make sure that you use pot holders or something like heat resistant when opening this up and refilling it again. It does have a max fill line, so just kind of keep an eye out for that because you don't want this to overfill, because if it starts to boil, it'll kind of boil out of this. And to take my word for it, like it's happened to me, like it is what it is. Let me show you the box just so you can see how pretty it is. Here you go. So you can use it for your coffee carafes, any kind of, like I said, coffee, tea. There's like your French presses, so on and so forth that you can use it for, but such a little pretty find. And then the app, let me show you the app because the app is the coolest thing ever. And you're going to see in this part of the live stream that I have a lot of Govee app things. So just be prepared because about to get a little crazy. Okay, so this one, is this smart kettle. I don't think I have it hooked up, but the Govee Home app is so easy. So, okay, hold on. I don't have my Bluetooth enabled, so let me do that while I have this on so you can see. So right now I don't have that one hooked up because it's not plugged in, but you can see I have a ton of things connected that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. But like I said, once you've connected those, then it's very easy to do that. So for example, if you fill it up the night prior and it's plugged in, and you wake up in the morning, say 6 o'clock, and you're like, hey, I definitely want to make sure that I have boiling water to make my coffee in the morning or a tea or something on the go. Then what you could do is when you wake up, you go to the Govee app, and then you could put boil or your DIY setting or whatever it is. And you could do that. And then by the time you get to the kitchen, your water will be boiling, because I don't think it takes maybe 10 minutes, if that, to actually boil it, because it has its own little like heating unit, which makes it super easy to use. This one I think is around the $80 mark. It does look like they have some coupon codes though. Let me see here. Okay, so this one, okay, Govee Smart Kettle. Ooh, what was it? It looks like they got a 20% off coupon for you guys. And it's a clickable coupon. With those, you need to make sure that you click them before you add to cart. There, we'll put that in the comment section for you. But yeah, I love Govee Life. When I originally started sharing Govee, they were only kind of like sprucing into or like sprouting into outdoor stuff, like the outdoor lighting and so on and so forth. They've really come a long way, I will say. And just as of recently, they started sending me some of their home things, which is really exciting, just because I didn't know that they were going to like kind of delve into that part of it, but I have been nothing but happy with all of the things that they've sent me. So another really great brand. If you haven't heard of them, you should definitely jump on that train and just see what they have. Okay. Another home electronic that I think is pretty amazing is the smart humidifier that they have available. I don't know. Should I show you guys the video? I have it in here. I don't know. I don't know if I want to. You know what I'll do is I'll play the video, but I won't do the sound. That way I can talk through it and kind of show you guys what it looks like. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're going to talk through this video. So this is a smart humidifier. This is what I have back here. And this one is amazing. So it has all the little buttons you need to push on the unit, but you're going to want to use the app, like I said. It is compatible with essential oils, which is what I typically use it for. And the amount of mist that this thing puts out is bonkers. Look at the video. Look at that video. That was like on a level 3, and there's like 6 or 7 levels that you can go up to. So I typically have to keep it on like a level 1 because it does put out a lot of mist. I'm not even joking. I'm not even sure. Steam? I say steam, but it's not warm. It's actually cold. It's a cold mist. So just kind of keep that in mind. So you can see here that you're going to get a lot of options on the unit itself. So you have your on and off button. You're going to have your lighting, your mist settings, and then it's going to give you a little indicator here where you can actually see it connected to the app itself. And I'll show you what it looks like in the app. This one is massive amount of water that it holds. It's insane. This is 4 liters. I've never had a humidifier that was this big. I usually have the ones that are like the smaller squared ones, and you have to refill them every night. This one, I don't have to refill, and I'm able to set like parameters on it as far as like your timers. I want it to run from like 8 o'clock to midnight or something like that. This has really come in handy as of lately because we've been having a lot of allergy type symptoms, especially with it being really nasty. And you can hear kind of like I'm a little nasally. It's just been nasty because of the pollen. I also usually hook this up with like so much essential oils because like peppermint, eucalyptus, all the things, like my own makeshift Vicks humidifier, you know what I mean? And it's a cold mist too. What's really neat is there's actually a little prize that they give you with this as well. And it is the Govee hygrometer. I always want to say humidifier. It's not hygrometer. So this is actually something that you can put in the room that the humidifier is in. And it is going to gauge how much humidity is in the air. Obviously, you don't want to go overboard. You don't want it to be, a good 69, 70 degrees in your house, but the humidity be at 90%. That would feel awful. That would feel so bad. So you want to make sure that your humidity or your humidity in the air is equivalent to what you want it to do. You obviously don't want to go overboard, but this does come with it as well. And this does connect to the humidifier, and it does connect to the app too, which is neat. Now on the app itself, I'm going to pull it up for you again. Smart humidifier. I can't turn it on, but as you can see, it'll try to connect once you hit the humidifier itself. Once it connects, then you can set your parameters. You can do your times, you can do how much mist you want it to come out, so on and so forth. There's so many different benefits, but you're going to probably want to utilize the app for more than anything when it comes to the humidifier. But I do like this one a lot. It is just the coolest little thing. And I will say that humidifiers have saved us time and time again. I'm actually going to have to blow my nose because what's going on in the air? There's supposed to be like rain coming, or no, it rained last night. What was it? Did it rain last night? Hold on, let me look at the weather real quick. It was like supposed to storm or something, and it was supposed to get we had a hailstorm a week or two ago. And it was the scary, I thought that tornado, because we've had tornadoes here in the area, and we've kind of dealt with that. And I'm like, okay, this is something, but hail, it's so loud. And it was just the tiniest little, it wasn't golf ball size or anything. It was just the tiniest little quarter size, I guess, marble size. That's what it was. But it was just so loud because it was so much of it. And then when we went outside the next day, it was it looked like snow. That's how much was on the ground. It was crazy. And what's even crazier is we had just planted a whole bunch of stuff. And I was like, no, oh my gosh. But they're thriving now. And then we were supposed to get another hailstorm yesterday night. But I think we missed it, which is really nice because that was just crazy. That was craziness. I didn't like that at all. Anyway, talking of weather, again, humidifiers are just a good overall, good find in general, just because when you're stuffy nose, when you've got a lot of drainage down here, it just feels good with a little bit of moisture in the air. If you have your heaters or your AC on, those tend to dry out the air around you. Just like right now, look, my thing is 68 degrees in here. It's actually pretty cold. I might have to turn that up a little bit. But yeah, as you can see, it does. Oh, here's the humidifier, 59. It's pretty icky outside. Excuse me. My gosh, I should have brought more than coffee in here, I think. All right, moving on. Okay, the next two things I'm going to share kind of go back to back. I use both of these. This first one, I actually use more indoor than outdoor. And this is the one that I typically keep in the office to show you guys. What it does remind me of is those really funny, Accurite, mercury thermometers that you see at your grandparents' house. If you live in the South, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I think my grandparents still have one. But they would always give you shit about it and be like, hey, don't touch that. Mercury is really dangerous. And I'm like, why would they even put that in the house if it was that dangerous? Anyway, this is the modern take on that. This is the Govee Life e-ink. This also connects to the app. I won't show you the app again. But this connects to the app. As you can see, it tells you the temperature, and then it also gives you the humidity. I'm touching it. That's why the humidity is changing. So you can kind of see. You do have the option of doing Fahrenheit, but if you wanted to do Celsius, you can do that as well. And that's on both the temp and the humidity too. Now, once I put this down, the humidity will start to go down, but it is kind of it just sits on a little, like for us, for example, when you first walk into our house, we have like a little table with a lamp, and that's typically where I would put it, by the front door. In here, I have it on my desk because I've been sharing it with you guys, but this is such a small, compact way to kind of keep track of the humidity and the temperature inside of your home. And like I said, this does connect to your app. So if you wanted to set parameters as far as like giving you alerts, if it gets too hot in the house, if it gets too cold in the house, so on and so forth, you can kind of set the parameters there as well. Now, the other one we actually were using inside of our makeshift greenhouse this past winter. This one kind of gave me a little bit more visual than this one does. So you can see this one's a little bit smaller. The one that I'm about to show you guys and ended up being just a little bit bigger. And what I liked about that one is the fact that I was able to go in and I could see the parameters that I set on the device itself, which really, really helped. And it kind of gave me a little bit more peace of mind there. Actually, you know what? I don't think it's actually on here. I think I actually have a video file. So let me, here we go. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to pause it right here. So you can see on this one, it's just a little bit different as far as what it looks like. So you can see this one's really small. It doesn't show the parameters, but on this one it does. So it has the temperature on the top, the two parameters that we want it between, and then it has the humidity on the bottom, and then the two parameters on the side there. And this one you can hang. There is also a little like kickback, like a kickstand on the back of it that you can do. And I actually have it in my greenhouse. And I love it. I absolutely love it. We don't typically have, and I'm going to keep it in there until next year. You can take the battery out of it if you wanted to, but I'm just going to leave it alone and see how long it takes. This one I use inside of our greenhouse. I did do it on my front door just for just for you guys to see. I do have another video, I think, let's see. I think I have garden. What did I can't remember what I did it on. Garden greenhouse. God, I did this right at the beginning of when I was setting it out, early March. Here it goes. Let me show you guys this one real quick. And okay, here we go. So this was like my house. We do use it for storage too. I was so excited because my avocado plant's really literally about to sprout. It's so exciting. There's actually blueberries on my blueberry bush. Now that's how fast it went. I love those lights. They're so good. Here is the Govee. I just kind of set it on the bench that we have in there. Not the bench, the shelves that we have in there. But yeah, it's so good. Like literally, I can connect it to my app. I know exactly what the temperature is going to be if the humidity is really low or really high. Right now, it's really high just because it's pretty cloudy day and pretty humid, just because of the rain that's kind of rolling through. But I definitely love this one a lot. If you're wanting something that's just going to be just a little bit more, like if you're just wanting, like you like the small option, but you also like a bigger option, like you want something that you can look at and be like, okay, I really like this, then you can go with that. Now, one pack is around the $14 mark. So these aren't expensive in the least bit. These are actually pretty affordable. So if you're looking for a good kind of like outdoorsy type, then this is definitely something that I think would be pretty easy to look at, keep track of. I don't know how else you would do that. Okay, now the other one I have, I'm actually going to show you guys a full B-roll video on this one. This is when I first started using Govee, and I started last year. And I'm going to show you actually how I actually have these completely set up. And I'm actually going to give you a little bit of a closer look at the app as well. So let me play this video for you guys.
Today we are going to be testing out the Govee Life. This is the smart thermo hygrometer.
I actually got the 3 set. They do have a 1 set if you wanted to go that route, but I'm going to show you where I put these, and then I'm also going to show you the app. I have my first sensor by our chicken coop. Say hi, ladies. The next one is actually in our garden area. And the last one I actually have hanging in our butcher shop type area that we have. Meters set up, one in the butcher shop, one in the garden, and one in the chicken coop that you guys just saw. It does readjust every hour, so it'll kind of tell you when it's getting too hot, when the humidity is getting too high. Obviously, in our butcher shop, it's probably the most dense just because it's a closed-in area, but this is going to kind of help show you what the temperature is and what the humidity is as well. I'm just going to click on one of these. I'll click the chicken coop. You can kind of see here, it'll give you a graph once everything is uploaded. I'm a little far away, so it's going to take a while, and it does upload every hour. So eventually you'll have a really pretty looking graph here. So as you can see, after a while, it does give you an option on what the graph looks like. So it'll kind of be a little bit different. This is when I first actually started using this one in particular. But I continue to use it. I actually really like it. In my garden area, now that we have plants on the outside, I really have to keep track and make sure that it stays, you know, above a specific temperature. Right now, it's about 69 degrees in the garden. The butcher house area is 72 just because it's more of an enclosed area. And then my chicken coop is actually around 60 degrees. And that's under trees, but the humidity is really, really high today. It's 80% at the chicken coop, 55 in the butcher shop, and 76 at the garden, which is outdoors, which is crazy. So yeah, it's like I said, the storms are kind of rolling through here, and it's mildly, I say mildly cloudy, it's like full blown cloudy here. But yeah, it's really nice. And like I said, I have these still hooked up to my app, and I've been using it for a little over a year. Well, about a year at this point, I would say. And so far so good. And I'm going to continue to use them. It's a good way too. Like if you're doing any kind of like traveling, if you can't really keep track of it, you can kind of like reset your thing, and you can kind of see like, oh yeah, this is what it is. Hey, I need you to go check my plants, or I need you to go check my animals, you know, so on and so forth. You could do that in that capacity, which I think is really easy, especially if obviously not everybody's going to use it in the same way I am. You know what I mean? If you live in a neighborhood, there's obviously places you're going to, you know, you can't walk to go. But even if you do like an in garage greenhouse or something like that, or if you need to keep track because you're using window units or something like that, this is something that you can kind of like keep in a bedroom or inside of a house or a barn area or something like that, to kind of maintain and make sure that everything is sticking to or is kosher. I should just leave it at that. Okay, the next thing I have for you guys is going to be the Govee Life water leak detection system. This is so neat. This one I really like. I've set one up so far. I have not made the video quite yet. I'm still in the editing process because I'm trying to figure out if I want to put these in our butcher shop, which I think I do because when did we have that freeze? We had the hail, but it was like really cold one day, and my butcher shop actually had a leak. And I was thinking maybe I should put it in there, but then also we have a history of slab leaks. We had like 2 back to back, and it freaked me out. And the one we didn't realize until our floors were literally mush. And it was just really traumatizing. Like I did not like it, but also you could use these in campers too, which I thought was really neat. So pretty much what you do is you have a main component and it's plugged in, right? And it's going to link all of your little sensors together. So you can see you get 4 of these in a pack if you go with the 4-pack. I believe that they also give you like a 1-pack, if I'm not mistaken. You rip the little tag off for the battery to kind of activate, and then you sync it all on the app. And when it's all synced up, you lay it into whatever area, because they have those little sensors there at the bottom. You see those little silver sensors? You set it down. And what you can do is you can say, okay, if you detect any kind of moisture, like I want to know 100% like right away. And then the app will give you those notifications. We had a slab leak in our back bathroom in the master bedroom. And we have one back there. We have another one up front in our kitchen area. I ended up having another slab leak in the middle portion of our home. We have a bathroom, and the leak was underneath my in-law suite. An in-law suite. I don't know how else to describe it. Anyway, she had a slab leak over there, and they have the front part of our house is pier and beam, but the back part of our house is on a concrete slab. So as you can imagine, the concrete slab was just a little bit more as far as repair. And then on the pier and beam, it wasn't that bad. It just got the dirt underneath the house, and we had to get it dry, and that was it. And there was nothing like floorboards or anything that were wet or anything, which is nice, but we still were able to kind of catch it right on time, which is really, really nice. This one, like I said, I'll have to put a video on my storefront, but I thought this was really neat and such a good find. I don't know, maybe Gobi saw my like Instagram stories and was like, girl, you need this. What's going on? It's like my house, our home was built in, okay, let me just put it this way. I don't know when it was built. It was a long time ago. But when my in-laws moved here, obviously before we live here, there was no floors. Like there was just dirt floors. That's what it was. Like that's how old this house was. And then they moved up here in 78. No, it had to be before then. So the first remodel was in the 70s. The first time they moved up here, they were like, okay, we need to put floors, we need to put indoor plumbing, we need to do central heat and air, yada, yada, yada. They did all of that. That was in the 70s. And then early 2000s, like 2001, 2002, they built onto it with the slab on the back. They built on bigger bedrooms on the back. And that's like the only two. And then when we moved in here, we were like, okay, we're going to do like a slow burn remodel. And we've been like replacing floors. We had the slab leak. I was like freaking out because I had just put new floors in, and I was like, I love my floors. Like, why? And yeah, it just is snowballing. I don't know what's going on. It's been chaotic. Let's just say that. But anyway, these are so cool. And I think these are a really neat option if you're looking to just give yourself a little bit more like peace of mind, if you know what I mean. Okay. I think I have, I have one more Gobi Life thing. And then I've got some more B-roll video for you guys. Okay, so this next one is the Gobi Life Smart Essential Oil Diffuser. I am bonkers about this thing. This is probably one of my favorites that I've gotten in from Gobi Life. I actually, every time I come into the office, I turn it on. And here we are. I'm going to just show you what it looks like. How cool. So you fill this little puppy with water. I tend to try and use like a distilled or like a purified water. I just feel like it's better because it's going into the air and you're breathing it in. And also it kind of reduces a lot of that hard water because we live on well water. So we obviously have really hard water with calcium and all that, and you have to build up. I'm going to open this. Actually, you know what? I think this might stop if I open it. Oh no, I think it's okay. Oh yeah, no, it does stop. Okay. I'm just going to show you. So you fill it up with what? You see the steam? You fill it with water. I am a sucker for rosemary and like citrus scents. So that's what I currently have in there now. And then you pop the top back on. Let me just pop it on and then it should start. There we go. And then I'll start to kind of, you see the steam. But it has also different settings. So you can see it has the little night light. Look. Fire. Like earth woody sounds. A lullaby. I'm not really a fan of this one. And then it has your silent sound, which is typically what I keep it. But when you use the app, it gives you other sound options too. So, okay, let me turn it on. It's going to connect. So you can see here, it's going to give you a lot of different options. So you can do this one. I'm going to show you. It's fireworks. You hear it? You have your meditation. You have your free. You can also do scheduling and timer. So if you wanted to turn this on for a specific amount of time, you can do that as well. I love mine in general. I just really like it a lot. It's very easy to clean as well. I usually take a little tiny bit of dish soap and just wipe it clean and then spray it clean. There is a portion on there that says do not get liquid in it, and that's the only thing you've got to kind of be aware of. But overall, I really do like that one a lot. This one is probably my favorite of all the Gobi things. Between this one and the ones that kind of monitor around my homestead, I absolutely love. This one is 50% marked off. So if you're looking for a good cool mist aromatherapy diffuser, this one's around the $35 mark. And this one's been pretty affordable too. It's kind of stayed in that range. So if you're looking to snag something, definitely check this one out. I also tend to use this instead of spraying stuff in the air. I've got a little one, and I try to use a lot of unscented stuff in my house. I don't know. I'm in that era, I guess is what you would call it. But I really do like this one a lot. And I don't feel scared when my son's like, can I smell it? And I'm like, yeah, go for it. You know what I mean? I don't feel like it's going to hurt him. Okay, let's switch gears. Let's do some, I don't know, let's talk about some self-care, I think. Let's do this. I'm going to change my list real quick. This is a little wonky. Okay, I'm going to do the Ulike laser hair removal first, and I'm going to show the video first before I do anything. Let me make sure I click it. There we go. All right. This is the newest version, and I am going to play the video first. Today, we're going to demo the Ulike laser hair removal. This is everything that comes in the pack, your user guide, the hair removal device itself. You also get your plugins, which of course you need to use, and you will need to plug it in as you're using the device. You get a baggie, your glasses, and then of course a shaver as well. And I'm going to do a demo with you guys to show you exactly how to do it. You plug your device in, you allow it to warm up for just a little bit. On the device itself, it has an on and off button. It also has some modes in there, and I'll go over that in the next couple of slides as well. The first thing you want to do is shave up the armpits. Get as close to the hair follicle as you possibly can. This is just going to aid the process and hopefully get you results sooner than later. As a matter of fact, you can see results in as little as 3 weeks, so you got to keep with it, you guys. It does have that ice cooling technology, so it's cold to the touch and not harmful like heat-wise. The mode you're going to be seeing is a soft mode for face and upper lip, body mode for legs and arms, and power mode for chest and armpits. I obviously use the power mode because I'm going to be using it on my armpits, but just make sure you're using it according to the instructions. As you can see here, it's very quick, it's very painless, and of course I will keep you guys updated as I go along with this process as well. I will be doing this once a week and updating you guys, and of course it has a little baggie to keep everything in and safe and clean. You can check this out on my Amazon storefront if you're interested. So I had the old Ulike version, and they came out with this one. This is the Air 10 IPL, and this one has that cooling, was it the sapphire cooling? I can't remember exactly the wording, but the whole point of it is to make sure that you're not feeling that prick of the laser itself. You're actually feeling the coolness. Because it is a laser, one thing is you always want to like test spot, just do that first and foremost. This is also something that you have to stick with. This isn't something you can do one time, one and done. There's nothing more you need to do, nothing less you need to do. So you have to kind of keep with it. It does look like there is a redeemable code on there as well for you guys. It looks like they have about 15% off. So just keep in mind that this is definitely something that you won't see results right away. It does take up to 2 weeks. And then right at the 4-week mark, the 6-week mark, you'll kind of start to notice that you're not really seeing a lot of growth. And that's what you want to see. And then at that point, when you're not really seeing anything come back, then you could just do the like the once a month or twice a month. I'm kind of at that point now with my armpits, but I am doing my legs and my bikini area for summer. So I will keep you guys updated. There's not really much of an update now because I'm still within the 2 weeks. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see how long it will last is my thing. Just because the hair on that part of my body tends to be a little bit more coarse, but that's what you want. You kind of want that type of hair, and it has to be dark in color or like darker in color. Like for example, my arm hair is pretty light. The IPL laser hair removal won't work on the light hair. If you have light hair here, like on your face, even though you can use it on your face, if you have light hair on your face, it's not going to get rid of that peach fuzz. It's not going to do it. It has to be the darker hair. So just kind of keep that in mind. This is a little bit more of an expensive product. However, if you go to a professional, I think they charge like $100 for an area. So I would say use this 3 or 4 times, and honestly, you're set. You know what I mean? It's pretty much paid for itself. But you can use that redeemable coupon as well. And I'm actually, since I'm here, where is there we go. Okay, let's do this. You like redeemable coupon. Sometimes these coupons last and sometimes they don't. So just keep that in mind. Okay, the next thing I have, I'm actually getting more of these. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So I ran out of my 24 karat gold eye mask, and I'm going to show you a picture of what it looked like on. I'm not going to show you a video, but I actually re-upped, and I'm going to be getting the caffeine and the depuff. Those are the ones that depuff and brighten. So excited. So I've been using these. I got a 50 pack. So I was like, I love a good eye mask. I was literally grabbing these every single morning, and I think I only have like 1 or 2 left. I was grabbing these and I would put them on. I would get my creamer out of the fridge. I had these in the fridge. They were cold. I would put them on and they felt so good on my eyes, and they would like depuff. These, the 24 karat gold, are good for fine lines and wrinkles. 36 going on 25. I don't know. But what I will say is I'm excited about the depuffing ones. I really like those a lot. And I am they're the pink ones, but I do like okay, let's see, skincare. I don't remember what I put it. Sometimes I name my videos. I should name them like something simpler, I think. Okay, here we go. Okay, let me take this off, and then I'm going to fast forward. Okay, here we go. And then I'm going to pause when it gets to it so you can kind of see what they look like on. But these are gold. And these are, the ones I'm getting are pink. Okay, let's add here. So this is what they look like on. So they have, they're basically an eye mask, which you would assume. They do have a lot of serum in them, so which I really like, because what I typically do is I'll take the little tray out with the eye mask, and then I'll turn the packet upside down, and I'll kind of just like make sure I get all the serum inside of there, and I'll make sure that it's real good. And then by the time it's done, it's a 20-minute set time. You put them on, you take them off, and then you kind of like just pat that serum in there, and then that's all you need to do. It's good. I love an eye mask. So Mother's Day is coming up. These are a really good option. These are very, very, very inexpensive. I think a 25 pack is around the $17 mark. I do know that they tend to run a lot of clickable coupons, so just keep that in mind. If you aren't sure which one you want, they actually do have a variety pack. So if you wanted to try like one of each, or if you knew like, oh no, I really like specific ones. Like I know I want this one for wrinkles. I need this one for puffy eyes. I need this one for dark circles. If you know that, then you can pick, like if you buy more than two, they give you a discount, and you could also get a variety pack. So just kind of keep that in mind. But yeah, I do like these a lot. Super excited about getting the other ones. And I might actually just come on here and do like a full blown like skincare routine. I don't know. I've shared it with you guys on my Instagram stories and my TikToks. But sometimes it's just fun to kind of come on here and just have like a good fun like live stream and just talk about some of the goodies. I very rarely get I usually buy my own like personal stuff, just because I am very picky. What? I know I am. I'm very picky about my skincare. I've gotten that way just in the recent years, and I think that's just because I've like kind of found like my way as far as like what products work for me and what don't. So I don't know. Maybe it's probably just me. It's just me. It's a me thing. But anyway, if you're looking for eye patches or looking for a good what is coming up Mother's Day gift, you can check this one out. Another really great self-care is the 5-in-1 styling tool. Now this one, I do have a B-roll video for you guys, just so that you can see what it looks like. I'll be quiet while this plays. Uh-oh, there's no sound. Hold on.
Here. First and foremost, can we get a little shout out to the BJs? These are so cute. They have like lions and cats and flowers, and they're pink. So perfect for Valentine's Day. Anyway, I go through with a brush, I wash my hair, and then I use my keratin on my ends. This stuff is so good. I shared this with you guys last year, well, November, December, and I'm still using it. The tube has lasted me so long. I'm also starting to add in a volumizing mousse just to see if that helps. I'm trying this one first. We'll see though. This is like my first time or my first go at it. So give me a month and then I'll update you. And then of course I put a ton of heat protectant in my hair because it is fine. As you can see, I blow dry it about 95% dry. Then I take out my bang, or what used to be my bang, and then I curl those and I wrap them in a Velcro roller because they tend to fall first. So I want those to stay the most. I curl the rest of my hair, I take it out, and then I kind of just play with it with my hands. I don't have a comb, so gonna have to invest in one of those. Then I go in with my ends with the OGX, the coconut spray, and I also get interrupted often. So here we go. Here is the front. Very happy with it so far. I'll let you guys know and update you guys through my hair journey, but so far so good, and I'm happy with it. Follow along for some more hair tips.
So this one actually has a clickable $15 coupon for the 5-in-1 styler. I tend to use the round brush more than anything. And I use I think I just used the curling one today on like some of my front pieces. So I want to give y'all a little bit of I'm actually going to, let me do this. There. Looks a little bit better. So I did use it a little bit. Now I will say, like, in the initial like blow drying it and making it really curly, it does really well, but it does fall, like just as it with anything. And I like more of a softer curl anyway, so I tend to like brush mine out. But you can kind of see it does really, really well. And if you're just looking for something easy, especially if you're a beginner, because it does take a little while to kind of master it, especially with the wands, like in which way they kind of like blow out. It's very easy to use. Hold on, let me show you guys the back too. So you can kind of course I have a tall chair. What am I thinking? You can kind of see here. It's like a soft curl, and I do brush my curls out too. So just kind of keep that in mind. But I love this one. And I also like the fact it kind of like downsizes all of the tools that I typically use. So I really don't need a hot curler anymore. You know what I mean? So I go that route. And this is just so easy too. On like 2-day hair or something like that, I can literally just get the wands out and just do like my front pieces and do like a couple of flat pieces in the back. And then I'm good to go, and I don't have to mess with it anymore, which is really, really nice. And super easy. So like those a lot. This one does have a $15 clickable coupon. So just make sure you click that before you add to cart. So remember that. Okay, the next couple of items are fashion items. And these are items that I am going to, the first one I'm just going to show you guys. I won't be able to put them on because I've got a huge shirt on today. But the other ones, I will actually have to show you pictures. So if you're a bride, brides in 2025 or 2026, listen up because I've got some things for you in here. So the first one is the Zigu. This is the flannel. They do have these in solid colors. So I know we're kind of going into the spring season where it's like you can wear a sweater or you can wear a tank top. It's like kind of wishy-washy as far as the weather is concerned. This one, I think flannels, you could still typically wear this one. This one has obviously the flannel blue and white, but they do have a lot of solid colors for you guys as well. So they've got blacks. They've got like corduroy type styles. They do have some beiges as well. So flannel, obviously people are going to wear those probably around more autumn or winter time frame. But with this, I feel like you could still kind of get away with it because blue is kind of a good thing, i.e. why I'm wearing blue for spring. So if you wanted to, you can definitely check this one out. This is more of the cropped version. So as you can see, it's not as long. It's not going to be a full flannel, but it still has that really nice flannel material. Love this one. The one that I have that I wear mostly is the brown one. That's what I don't ever have it in here because I just love it so much. I usually like pull it over like a tank top or a regular white t-shirt and I just kind of throw it on if it's cold. Instead of a jean jacket, I'll kind of throw that one on because I love the texture of a good flannel. This one is right under the $30 mark. So just keep that in mind. Okay, brides, listen up. Okay, the first one I have, I'm going to hold this up, but I'm just going to tell you guys now. The pictures are going to do this more justice. So if you're a bride, and I'm going to, let's do this real quick. Share screen. Let's do nightgown. Yeah, this one. Okay. So this first one is going to be the RS Love. This is the nightgown. Uh-oh, what's going on? Here we go. The nightgown. And as you can see, it's full coverage on the front, and then you have that lacy back. But if you got this in white for a bride, I'm sorry, so good. So good. So cute. It does come with the full nightgown, and then it does also come with the undies, which I think is super cute. They do have a couple of size ranges for you guys, small all the way to XXL. I did end up going with, is this a small or a medium? I think I ended up getting a medium. Yeah, a medium. And I would say this is true to size. So just go with your true to size. And it does have some stretch to it too. So keep that in mind. This one is super cute, very inexpensive, right under the $20 mark. The next one I feel like is pretty universal. I feel like this one you could wear to a concert. You could wear this obviously in that type of setting as well. You could use this obviously if you wanted to go. Look, this thing, the stretch on it is crazy, and it has all these really pretty like little sequins, which I think is cute. Let me share the scene. Is it this one? Yeah, let me do this one. So this one, like I said, has the rhinestones. It is off the shoulder. There's so many different colors you can choose from on this one, and it's one size fits all. Look at this. I can wear this. My 9-year-old could wear this. It's crazy. She actually asked me if she could wear this to like her dance pictures. And I was like, yeah, you can. But then I started thinking about if the rhinestones would like reflect off of the camera. And I was like, oh, never mind. But yeah, we both were able to put this on. That's how much stretch. And it is kind of like that fishnet type of material too. But I could see somebody wearing this to like concert wise. I feel like this is something that you would be able to wear like concert wise, but I thought this was really cute. And then the next thing I have is a little bit more lingerie-ish. I'm just going to show you. Look, this is like pieces. Hold on. Let me pull the RS Love. Okay, that's no. Okay, this one. Okay, let me add to scene. But this one in white, 100% a bridal thing. I feel like this would be so cute. So you have the top, it's going to tie in the front, and then you have the sides, and it's going to be a tie on the side as well. It is full coverage bottom, by the way. It's full coverage. Well, I wouldn't say full coverage, but it's like a regular pair of underwears. You're just going to have to tie the sides. But I thought this was really cute too. And this does come in a couple of different sizes as well. So you go from small to extra large. And I would say this actually runs a little bit big. If you are a little bit more bigger busted than I am, I would say maybe go up a size because it is kind of customizable with how much you can tie on the sides or in the front. But I felt like it ran a little big on the top. In my opinion, I had a lot of extra room. So you may want to size down, but you do with that information with what you will. And this one around the $30 mark. But I thought too, for bridal, if you have a wedding coming up, I feel like this is something that would be super, super cute. And just something that's a little bit different. You know what I mean? Not anything that is too risque, if you will. I don't know. I don't usually share those things, but I haven't been doing fashion live stream. So I just figured let's throw them in there. Let's throw them in there. All right, let's move on to some home textiles. This one is the Westat 49-in-1 screwdriver set. Love this thing. I usually have this in my junk drawer, but I've been using it so much lately. This thing is so cool. So let me show you all the features. So you open it up. It's magnetic, by the way. So none of your drill bits are actually going to fall out. it gives you what drill bit is what. So you don't have, it takes the guesswork of being like, which one do I need? You can actually see like, oh, I could use this one, or I could use this one, or which one is this one? And each bit has one on the top and one at the bottom. And it is like a pin type style as well. So I'm going to pop this off. I just cut my nails. You know what? Honestly, every time I come on here, it's either I just got my nails done and I can't get this out, or I just cut my nails so short and I couldn't get them out. So it is a screwdriver type style. What's really neat is this is twisty. So you don't have to readjust. You don't have to readjust with, you usually have to readjust with screwdrivers. This one you don't. You could just keep going and going and going and going, which is neat. And then as far as the drill bit is concerned, you just pop it in like this. And that's it. Now it is smaller. So this isn't for big projects. It's for smaller projects. This is a real regular like screwdriver Phillips head. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. And then when you're done, all you have to do is just see the drill bit. You pop it into place. Again, not going out. And then you just take the pen and you pop it into place. And then you have this. And you pop it into place. This is under $10. Under $10, right at the $10 mark. Such a cool find. Father's Day is coming up. A lot of you guys were using these as stocking stuffers, which I thought was really cool. But a really good way. Look, my drawer, I just pop it in there and I have it when I need it. I did use this to help me put that together. So I don't know. Take that. Take that with a grain of salt. But I will say between this one and my Fantic cordless screwdriver, they've kind of like upped the game for me as far as like putting things together. I was constantly like asking my husband, like, can you do this or can you do that? And I was like, no, I could do it. I have all this stuff in front of me. I could do it myself. I don't need him to do it. So it is what it is. But yeah, I definitely love that. Okay, next thing I have is the HDMI splitter. We use this a lot for homeschool. So we have like a mobile TV stand. And I love it. Sometimes I just want to get my daughter away from like the computer screen. So I have a massive like yellow HDMI cord that's like back behind here. And I usually plug my computer into the one side. And then I plug one on the other side. And I'll like play like a YouTube video or like an informational video. Or sometimes I'll show her like, if we're doing history or science, like I'll show her like a Bill Nye episode or something like that on YouTube, right? But I don't want her just like sitting on a computer. It's like sometimes this is just gets like a lot. Especially when I obviously work from home. So I'm like, I want to get away from the computer sometimes. So I'll usually put, like I'll plug it in and then I'll put it, and then she'll sit on this little couch area that I've makeshifted up for my daughter because we homeschool. And we'll do that. But we also use this when we did karaoke birthday theme party for one of my girlfriend's daughters who had a decade party because she turned 10. And we did karaoke. We plugged in the laptop. We had like a backdrop scene. We were able to do like a little like a Rolodex of pictures of her like growing up. It was so cool. And it's all because of this thing. Isn't that crazy? So the only thing you need to do is have an HDMI that goes from your main computer or your laptop in, and then you can actually use 4 other HDMI. So TV screen, another computer, whatever it is. You've got 4 different options that you can kind of plug it into, which I thought was really neat. This really comes in handy. I have to sometimes hide this from my kids. They're like, what is this? And I'm like, don't touch it. It's important. That one's under the $20 mark as well. Okay, let's talk about phone accessories. The first one I have is the ESR full body case. This goes from an iPhone 13 to an iPhone 16. They do have Android versions available for you guys as well. So this one is a full body case. It has the front case that pops in, and I'm just going to take, I'm always so scared I'm going to hit like in stream. And I don't want to do that because that would suck. Okay, so you have the front portion that pops in, and then the back portion pops in as well. It gives you that military grade protection on the side. It is MagSafe, so I never actually have to take my phone case off, especially if I'm using anything that is MagSafe. I can automatically put it on. Between this one that I use in this office and the one that I use as my car vent clip, which I will show you guys in the stream, I love it because I don't have to take my case off. It also has a built-in kickstand, which is here. You just take it out, built in. And then it does also come with camera lens protectors. You can't see it. You can kind of see right here. And it comes with everything, 360 degrees. It's crazy. And something I will say that my husband mentioned to me, he goes, these kind of remind me of OtterBoxes, like the original OtterBoxes. And I remember OtterBoxes being so expensive. These are right about the $20 mark, which I find is so much more reasonable. Not only is it more reasonable, but I also feel like it's everything in one. So you're getting a lot of bang for your buck, if you know what I mean. So if you're looking for a good full body case, definitely check this out. If you are not an iPhone user, that's totally okay. They do have Android versions available that are full body. And I can speak to that one as well because my daughter actually has the Samsung 23. Look, there's so many words and like things with phones. So I hope I'm saying, is it 23 or 24? I don't know. Whatever the latest one that just came out, she has a full body case for that one. So I love, she does love it, and she does drop her phone. We are a family of phone droppers. I will say that. All right, next thing I have is the Rexoria Carbon Clip. This one is actually a top seller for me. This one is probably one of, if not the most universal of all carbon clips that I've kind of tested out. You guys know that I've had like my mishaps with carbon clips and phone cases. I've just had a real doozy of a time trying to find one, and ESR came to the scene and was like, just give us a try. And I was like, okay. And that was literally all she wrote. I've like never looked back. Between them and Lamicol, it's a really big like toss up on which one I find is my favorite. But I got like really good uses out of Lamicol, and I'm getting really good uses out of ESR. So either one is really good. This one is right about the $20 mark. They may have some clickable coupons. You'll have to take a look at the product page. One thing though, people were like a little finicky with this. But what's really neat is it actually is adjustable. So you can make it really wide, or you can make it a little bit smaller, and you can obviously tweak it to what fits your vent the most. And this one is called the never blocking vent because it's actually a little bit elevated from the vent itself. So if you were going to put it on the top or even the second tier of the vent, lock it into place, it's still sitting up and above, so you can still utilize that vent. A lot of your car vent clips, that vent is a no-go. Like you're not going to be able to use it. And if you're in the Texas heat like I am, you don't want to have a heat stroke. Let me just say that. So this is like just that really cool feature that I think people really love. It is pretty easy as far as one size fits all. You just hit this little button on the side here. It opens up. You have a pronged bottom so that you can still charge your phone. I'm going to pop my phone. This is a 15, by the way. And you can see it kind of fits into place. It does also have that ball joint there. So if you needed to move it up, down, horizontal, vertically, whatever it is, you're going to be able to use that in this capacity. And again, it's right about the $20 mark. My in-laws actually got one of these because they were like, I love this one. I was like, can't blame you. Can't blame you. Such a good one. Okay, now the one that I use is the ESR version that goes with the ESR stuff that I have. And I like this one because it also doubles as a charging station. So I am in my car a lot, either taking my kids to their dance lessons, or I'm running errands for work, or whatever the case may be. And this is just another really good option to have. Now I have the regular version, and then I also have the QI2. Now I'm only going to show you the one on the QI2 today, and that is the fast charging option, but they do on the same product page have the one that's regular, and it's just it's a couple dollars less. But if you don't need a fast charging option, they do have that available for you guys as well. I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to play the video.
We're going to be testing out the wireless car charger. This is the Cryo Boost option by ESR. I do have the regular one, but I wanted to test this one out. Same claw clip, like chip clip type style, which is pretty universal for all cars. It does have a micro USB to a micro USB, so you do have to get that adapter there. It goes on without a case as long as your phone is MagSafe, but you can also use it on with a phone case if your phone case is MagSafe as well. I highly recommend this one, and it's fast charging, so check it out on my Amazon store.
So again, this one has the QI2 technology. It is the fast charging option. This one has that QI2 technology, which is, I'm going to show you this next, but it has like a little fan on the back side, because you do, when you use a fast charger, sometimes your phones tend to get overheated, and it kind of helps alleviate some of that hotness that you can see. This one is around the $25 mark. If you want to go with the regular charging option, I believe that one's around $20. So it's about a $5 difference. Upgraded premium, I think it is around the $20 mark, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I'm sorry, my computer's like loading. It's $15.99. So it's about a $10 difference, but I don't think it's a bad option. This is compatible with both iPhone and Android, so just keep that in mind. As long as your phone is MagSafe, which I think most phones are MagSafe at this point, I don't feel like you're going to go wrong with this in the least bit. Honestly, I've been using this for a few years at this point. I started with the regular one, and then I moved over to this one that I just got. And I know I didn't just get it. I've had it for a while. But I do like this one just a little bit more. And especially when we're traveling, my kids use my Wi-Fi on my phone, and my phone, just like the battery, like drains so bad. So I have to make sure that I'm keeping it charged. So that always comes in handy for sure, especially when you have a little one who's like, my pad, you know what I mean? But anyway, I digress. Okay, the next thing I have is the charging station. Now, this is the one that you're going to use inside your home. It has a station for your wireless earbuds, your phone, and then it also has a charging station for your wireless smartwatches. This can actually be removed and you can take it along with you. And then once it's dead, then obviously you can plug it back in and then you'll be good to go. I do believe someone did message me and tell me that these were like Samsung watches are wireless charging now. I might be wrong. I don't know. Take that. This also charges Apple Pens too. Learn that. I was like, wait a second. And yeah, she ended up putting it on there, and it did charge it. And then of course it is MagSafe. So this literally looks like the carbon clip, except it has the other two portions, and then you just plug it in and then you're good to go. And then of course you have that QI2 technology. This actually has air coming out of it, and it is fast charge as well, which is really, really nice. This one is probably the most expensive of the accessories that I'm going to share with you guys today. This one is, I think, around the $65, $70 mark, depending on the time of the week. But I do believe that they have some redeemable coupons. If they don't, they do have black, but they also have a white version available too. So if you want something, I know white's pretty popular because it's a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. If you wanted to go that route, you can go that route as well. All right. Last but not least, I have the ESR. This is the, it's unisex, women's or men's, Aura MagSafe wallet. So you can see here, it has that little MagSafe on the back. Look, it's a wallet essentially. It has everything you need. You can put your ID, your little credit card, your cash. It also has like a little slot on the inside here. I took all of my stuff out of it. And I got white because that's the color of my phone. It can also triple as a kickstand, which is really nice. What I like is I like carrying a wallet. Like I have a bag. Like I like all of that stuff when I don't have my kids. I don't know how else to explain that. I have a 3-year-old, and he is in that phase. He's in that phase where he is constantly wanting to do things on his own, but he also is not big enough to do things on his own. So with that being said, sometimes there is just times where I've got to just put this on the back of my phone and put this in my back, put my phone with this on my back pocket and just go in the store that way. I don't have time to carry a bag. I don't have enough arms and hands and legs to carry a bag. So this comes in handy when I have like my most important card, some cash in there, and obviously my ID just in case. And I kind of put all of my important things on there, and it attaches to my phone. People were asking, like, do you have, look, it's MagSafe, but like, as far as like pulling it off, like you still have to use a little bit of arm strength. So just keep that in mind. So if you're ever wondering like, oh my God, can someone steal this off of your phone? You're going to notice because they're going to have to pull pretty hard. You know what I mean? So just kind of keep that in mind. But also too, like it's thin enough and discreet enough, you can fit it in your back pocket. Like if I were to put it in my back pocket, you know what I mean? Like I can fit it in there. It's not going to be bothersome. And most of the time people are going to be like, what the heck is that? Or that's just her phone. Like nobody cares. Like nobody wants to take your phone. So just kind of keep that in mind. This one is around the $20 mark. So I actually have all of my, I have it all in here, but I pack it with this and I just throw this in my bag. And that's all I need. Like as far as a wallet, I don't have like a full blown wallet. And I usually only take that if I have like extra stuff that I need to take. Like, you know, if we're getting like our ID cards or something like that, then I'll take something extra. But this is just so easy. And it's around the $22 mark, which I don't think is bad at all. And let me see if there's any clickable coupons on these. I know I've got a lot of color. So this comes in 3, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 different colors. There is colors and patterns. One actually looks like a wallet. Not for iPhone minis. I don't know what that is, but it's not for them. So anyway, I have the bright white, but again, you can pick and choose which one is going to work best for you. It's kind of like a minimalist wallet. It's an upgraded, it's adjustable, it's compatible with your iPhones, your Androids, as long as you have MagSafe on the back, and then you're good to go. There's nothing more or less that you need to add to it. But yeah, super simple, really cool. If you're traveling, this might be something that's easy to kind of carry around with you too. You can put this in your back pocket. If it's not on your phone, you can do that. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for me on this live stream. I want to thank everybody for joining in. If you are watching this for the first time, I hope that you enjoyed. Make sure to hit that follow button before you head out, and I will see you on another Daily Spotlights on another day. Bye, you guys.